California is now reserving its vaccine supply for targeted communities. Do you live in one of them? Stay tuned for our lead report.
Plus, San Diego native becomes the next princess? Get the details in entertainment.
And the pandemic isn't stopping a City College women's empowerment event. We'll tell you all about it.
Also, rainstorms are headed back to San Diego. I'll let you know when to grab your umbrella and weather.
Newscene starts now. Good evening, I'm Benjamin Guadarrama. Welcome to this week's edition of Newscene. We continue to work remotely to bring you the latest news of the week. We start tonight with our weekly look at COVID-19 numbers. There's been a continued decline in cases across San Diego County. Over 260,000 cases have been counted here in San Diego, with 352 added to the total on Thursday. And sadly, we learned of 25 new deaths. Our county death toll is over 3,300. But vaccine numbers are also rising. Nationwide, about 10% of the U.S. population has been vaccinated for COVID-19. In San Diego County, that number is over 997,000. And the state is switching up its vaccine distribution process again. Katia, can you tell us more?
Well, Ben, major changes are coming to California's pandemic response. Who is vaccinated against COVID-19 and how our state tracks it all will look very different. A large percentage of vaccine doses will now be preserved for those living in the state's lowest income communities.
We are committing 40% of all the vaccines to communities and census and zip codes like the one we're in today.
The new plan is expected to impact 8 million people across California. It is not yet clear which San Diego areas will be included. The state is also planning to include vaccination rates in our tier system. As we have heard for months, the system is the guide used to decide reopenings on schools, restaurants, and gyms. The target, officials say, is 2 million doses distributed. At that point, the state will help counties move into less restrictive tiers. The changes are expected to take effect next week. We'll continue to watch the story as it develops. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you, Katia. And college students are finally getting a stimulus check in the mail. President Joe Biden has made a deal with moderate Democrats to lower the income eligibility for the next round of stimulus checks. Adult dependents, including college students, will now be able to collect checks for the first time. But the news isn't all good. 7 million families who were originally eligible are left out of this round. Checks are expected at the end of this month. And mask mandates are coming to an end in one state, but not without federal pushback. Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced this week that he is lifting the requirement.
It is now time to open Texas 100%.
He cites the effectiveness of the vaccines and reduced hospitalizations as factors. Texas is the largest state to join a growing list of states with no mask mandates. This includes Florida, Arizona, and more than 10 others. The mandate in Texas is set to end on March 10th. And New York's governor is standing firm amid sexual misconduct allegations. Andrew Cuomo has been accused by 3 different women and is facing calls to resign. But Cuomo says he isn't going anywhere, according to the first press release since the accusations.
I wasn't elected by politicians. I was elected by the people of the state of New York. I'm not going to resign.
A state investigation is still ongoing. And a study done in San Diego is telling us what we've known all along. Women and people of color earn about 20% less than white men. Officials say the gaps in pay are mainly due to occupation, overtime work, and whether employees have children or not. The study also shows that white men are working in the highest paying jobs studied. Women and people of color tend to work more in lower paying clerical and administrative positions. And here's an effort to change the statistics. An annual Women's Summit is coming to San Diego City College. City Women Rock is a one-day event empowering female students to reach their full potential.
Where they're going to be empowered, they're going to learn about leadership, they're going to be motivated and inspired. And the reason we have it is because we want to make sure that our women students get all the support and resources that they deserve and that they need to be successful.
Unlike previous years, this year's summit will be held virtually thanks to concerns over COVID-19. But it will still draw students of diverse backgrounds and identities to learn about leadership and self-care. This event will be held Monday, March 8th at 11 a.m. For more information, visit sdcity.edu and search for City Women's Rock. Disney is introducing us to a new princess in its latest movie. Jillian, tell us more about it.
Yes, Ben. A San Diego native will be the next Disney princess. Raya and the Last Dragon stars Kelly Marie Tran, who will voice the first Southeast Asian Disney princess. Tran has also appeared in the recent Star Wars movies. The film follows Raya on her quest to find the last dragon in order to save the world. The film premieres on Disney Plus today. As a big Disney fan myself, I'm very excited to see this movie. And people are still talking about the history that was made this week. Chloe Zhao won Best Director for her dramatic film, Nomadland. Zhao is the first Asian female and only the second woman in Globe history to earn the honor. Nomadland also took home the trophy for Best Drama Motion Picture. For Zhao and the Golden Globes, this was definitely a milestone to remember. And that's all we have for entertainment. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you, Jillian. And sadly, Comic-Con's in-person event is canceled again. But it's not all bad news. Like last year, the pop culture celebration will move online this summer. And fans can join in free of charge. Organizers say there may even be a chance to geek out in person this November. You can expect those details later this year. San Diego's signature event usually takes place downtown with more than 130,000 attending each year. It's been blue skies all day today, but will that last? Andy's here with the details.
Yes, thank you, Ben. And blue skies for today and even tomorrow some sunshine. But starting on Sunday, we're starting to see some clouds and even possible rain during the week. And your current temperatures for today in the coast, it's going to be mainly sunny with a high of 64. In the inland area like El Cajon, it's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 71. In the mountain area, we're going to see a high of 55. And in the desert, 79 degrees. Here's a look ahead for the week. On Saturday, we're seeing 63 degrees and low of 54. On Sunday, we're starting to see that clouds come in with a high of 62 and a low of 52. On Monday, we see highs of 61 and lows of 51. On Tuesday, we see 62 degrees high and 48 degrees low. That's when we start to see the rain coming in on Wednesday with a low of 52 and a high of 60. That's all I have for weather today. Back to you, Ben.
Thanks, Andy. And finally tonight, San Diego had something extra special to celebrate at the Golden Globes this week.
And the Golden Globe goes to Andra Day.
Our own Andra Day took home a gold statue. Day won for Best Actress in the Hulu film The United States vs. Billie Holiday. Day is only the second black actress to ever win this award. She credits her high school teacher from San Diego's School of Creative and Performing Arts for introducing her to the music and voice of Holiday. Not bad for Day's first acting gig. Congrats to her. Well, that's all we have for tonight. You can tune into Newscene for a new show every Friday. Find it all on sdcitytimes.com, and remember to follow SD City Newscene on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Thank you, and good night.